Hello, welcome to your 30 minutes of Pilates. If you have your bands, please grab your bands, whether it be one like this in a loop or one of the long stretchy ones. Make sure you've got a band with you because we're going to be using those throughout the session. And just make sure you've got yourself enough space, grab some water, and we're going to get started. So we're going to be in a seated position to start with. So if you can bring yourself down to the floor into a seated position. If you bring your hands just behind the back just to help to support you, make sure you're not flexing through the spine, so you want to sit nice and tall, keeping that back up nice and straight. From here we're going to work one leg at a time. So if we start with the right one, we're going to rotate the right leg internally, so we drop that knee in, back into the centre, and then repeat the same on the other side. So just alternate those legs, internally rotating those hips. Make sure you're not twisting your whole body across as you go, so try and keep it nice and central. Drop it to where you can. If you feel that it's not going far, that's absolutely fine. I'd rather you keep those hips fixed square rather than twisting with it, so you want to keep everything nice and straight. Let's keep that going. We're going to go for one more on each side. Last one. Good. Now this time we're going to drop that knee out, so we're externally rotating the hip. So we drop that knee out to the side, back to the middle, and then the same on the other side. Again, try not to twist your whole body, so keep one leg still, drop one leg out, back in, and the same on the other side. You might find that one way is more challenging than the other. Keep it going. Good one, just to loosen up through the hips. A lot of people do suffer with tightness through those hips. Keep it going. One more on each side. Last one. And relax it there. Good. From there on out, I'm going to do both at the same time. So one goes internal, one external, back to the middle, and across to the other side. Again, you can shift your weight slightly, but just make sure you're not twisting all the way through. So you want to keep it as central as you can. One internal, one external, and switch over. Let's keep that back up nice and straight, so you're using those hands for support. If you want to challenge your strength a little bit more, you can bring the hands away, just bring them in front into that prayer position and try and go from one to the other without the support of the hands. One more on each side. Last one. And relax there. Bring those knees into the chest. Just hug the knees in. Give the knees a nice hug, rounding through the back. Then from there, you're going to bring it onto your front. We're going to go into the child's pose, but with the knees slightly wider. So you want the knees pointing out to the sides, and then sit back into that child's pose just to feel a bit more of a stretch through those hips there. So just gently sit back into it. Add a few rocks, so keep the hands and forearms on the floor, just gently rock forwards and backwards, just to sit into those hips a little bit more. Keep it going, just gently rocking forwards and backwards. And in a moment, we're going to imagine we're trying to push the knees together. So what we're going to do is we're going to count you down from 3, and then for 5 seconds, you're going to imagine you're pushing the knees together. So you're pressing those knees down into the floor. So we're activating through those inner thighs. We're going to hold for 5 seconds and then release, and then just go into some rocks again, and then we're going to do that one more time. Okay, so we just gently keep rocking forwards and backwards. And then just sit back as far as you can into that stretch so it's comfortable. And then we're going to get ready to squeeze in 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Gently rock forwards and backwards just to release that off. Okay, we're going to go again, so sit back into it. Get ready in 3, 2, 1, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Again, just gently rock in and out to release that off. Now from there, if you just slowly bring the knees back into the centre and sit back into that child's pose, reaching the fingertips as far away as you can. From here, you're just going to gently walk the hands across to one side and then across to the other side. So just walking those hands side to side, stretching through your sides and mobilising through the spine. And from there, bring it back in to the centre, back into that all fours position. We're going to work through our cat and cow stretch, arching through the back, and then flexing through the spine. So just gently working through that mobility of the spine. Don't force the movement, keep it comfortable for you. And bring it back in to the centre. Nice squeeze on that core to keep that back nice and flat. We're just going to open out through the chest, back into the middle, and then switch over onto the other side. So allow the head to follow the hand. Open out through the chest, mobilising through that upper back at the same time. Keep it going. Two more. And back into the centre. From there, we're going to work opposite arm and leg to get those glutes and that core involved a little bit more. So we're extending opposite arm and leg, back to the centre, and then switch over onto the other side, making sure we're keeping those hips square, so no rotation through the hips. Squeeze that core, nice and controlled. Keep looking down towards the mat so you're not lifting up through the neck. Last one. And relax there, just sit back into that child's pose. Take any pressure off from the shoulders and the wrists. We're then going to add some crunches into it. So if you want to stick with alternating opposite arm and leg, you can. Or we're going to stick with one side, do 10 crunches on one side and 10 on the other. So we extend opposite arm and leg out. We then crunch in, squeeze the core, extend out again, and crunch in. So we keep that arm and leg off the floor the whole time. The more you crunch, the more you're going to feel it. So crunch in and back again. Squeeze as much as you can. Keep it going. 3 more. Last one. And then switch over onto the other side, squeezing that core, extend out, crunch in, and crunch. Keep it going. Three more. Last one. And relax it there. Sit back into that child's pose. Take any pressure off. From there, you're going to bring it down onto the front. You can keep the elbows on the floor and just push that chest away from the floor just to stretch out through the core and mobilise through that spine. You can keep it here. If you want to increase that, you can bring your hands onto the floor and then push away, but don't do that if it's too uncomfortable through the spine. So you can always stay on the elbows. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and relax there. If you push yourself back up, grab your bands. We're going to bring it onto the knees. If you want to kneel on a towel or a cushion or anything just to make it more comfortable, then please do. So we're going to stay in this kneeling position, keeping that core engaged so we're nice and straight through the back there. If you've got your bands, grab your bands. So if you've got a long band, just grab either end of the band for this exercise, or with a loop, same with the loop bands, okay? So if you put the band in your right hand, you're then going to bring the hand across the chest, and then from there grab the left hand on the other end of the band, keeping the elbow tucked in to the side of the body. You're going to pull the band down, squeezing the triceps, and back up again. Okay, so I'll show you from the side. Pull down, squeeze the triceps, and back up again. But make sure the elbow is staying close to the body, so I don't want the arm lifting up and then all the way back again. Keep that elbow tucked in to your side, so push the elbow into your side, pull down, and back up again. Remember to draw the shoulder blades back and down, so we don't want the shoulders up here. Draw the shoulder blades back and down, squeeze, and back up again. So just adjust the band to a resistance that's good for you. Squeeze, and back up. Keep it going. Keep that core engaged. We've got 5 more. Make sure you're holding it at the bottom a little bit just to get that squeeze and feel that activation in the tricep. So you don't want to go too quickly, you want to be able to feel that squeeze. Last one. And relax it there. We're now going to switch over, so bring the bands into the left hand, bring that left hand across the chest, grab the other end of the band with the right hand, elbow tucked in, we pull down and back up again. So I'll show you from the side, squeeze and back up. Draw those shoulders back and down. Keep it going. Squeeze. We've got 5 more. Two more. Last one. And relax it there. Good. From there, you're going to grab both ends of the band. So again, if you've got a loop one or a long one, it doesn't matter which one, just grab the ends of the bands. Bring one foot forwards, doesn't matter which one, whichever one's more comfortable for you. Bringing those arms up above the head, drawing those shoulder blades back and down, so you don't want the shoulders up here. You're going to pull the band down on one side, bringing that elbow just in line with the shoulder, back up to the top, and then the same on the other side. So we're pulling down and back up again. Keep that core engaged. And squeeze. So really pull down, squeeze the shoulder blades. So you're drawing those shoulder blades back and down. Keep it going. Keep it going. Let's go for two more. One more on each side. Last one. And relax it there. Good. If you pop your band down onto the floor, just bring it back onto the front, into that child's pose. Stretch off through those shoulders and through the arms. Release any tension off. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Now we're going to bring it on to our sides. We're going to open out through the chest, so in to our book openers, arms out straight. Bring that arm out, allow the head to follow the hand, and then back in again, making sure you're keeping those hips fixed forward, so you don't want to rock back with the hips. We're just mobilising through the upper back. Keep it going. Two more. Last one. And relax it there. So you can grab your band, pop your bands above the knees. We're going to work through some clams, my favourites. So popping the band above the knees, let's bring it back onto the sides, bring that arm out straight, relax the head onto the arm, hips tilted forward slightly, push those heels together, lift the top leg away and back down. Make sure you're not rocking back into it, so keep those hips fixed forward, squeeze the glutes and back down again. Keep it going. Two more. And from there, let's bring those heels off the floor. Keep pushing the heels together, same again with the heels off. Lift that knee away and back down. Keep it going. Two more. And relax it there. From there, if you bring your knees to the front of the mat, so your knees line up with your hips, and then make sure your ankles are in line with your knees. We're going to lift that whole leg up, away from the bottom leg, and back down again, making sure that ankle doesn't come above the knee, so you want to keep it in line and back down again. So control that movement. That leg should feel quite heavy as you try and lift and back down again. Good. Three more. Last one. And relax it there. From there, if you extend those legs out straight, if you want to bring it up onto the elbow, you can. Relax the head into the hands. Flexing the foot, let's push away through the heel, bringing that leg up to hip point and back down again. So control that movement up back down, push your way through the heel. Keep it going. Now you're going to hold it at the top, small circles in one direction. And change direction. From there, you're going to take it into our rainbow kick. So we drop that leg forwards, up and behind. So just imagine you're drawing a rainbow with your foot. Keep the foot flexed, push your way through the heel. We come forwards and then behind. Last one. And relax it there. If you roll it onto the back, just hug those knees into the chest, keep the bands on. Just gently release any tension through the glutes. And then going to take it on to the other side now. So I'm going to work through those chest openers first. So bring those arms out in front, open up through the chest, keep those hips fixed forward, mobilise them through the upper back. Two more. And relax it there. Bring that bottom arm out straight. Keep those hips tilted forwards, heels together. Let's even it up on the other side through those clams. Keep that core engaged. Hips fixed forwards. No rocking back. Squeeze the glutes. Engage that core. Good. From there, bring those heels off the floor. Same again. Keep the heels together. Top leg away. And back down again. Push those heels together. Two more. And relax it there. Bring those knees to the front of the mat. Bum towards the back. Knees in line with the hips. Ankles in line with the knee. Bringing that whole leg up and back down. Making sure that ankle doesn't come up above the knee. That leg should feel heavy. Work through that burn. Three more. Last one. And relax it there. From there, extend those legs out straight. Push your way through the heel. Lifting that leg up to hip height and back down again. Use that hand for support if you need to. Control the balance. Keep it going. Now hold that leg up. Small circles in one direction. Keep it there. Change direction. Then we're taking it into our rainbows, forwards and back. So imagine you're drawing a rainbow with that foot. Keep that core engaged. Work through the burn. Two more. Last one. And relax it there. Good. From there, roll it on to the back. Just hug both knees into the chest. Gently rock those knees in and out. Release that tension off. Drop the feet down to the floor, arms out to the side, just allow the knees to drop across to one side and then bring them back up and across to the other side just to release any tension off. And back into the middle. Next one, we're going to do our bicycle crunches, but we're going to add the band into it. So with this one, if you start doing it and you're not too keen doing it with the band, that's absolutely fine. Just take the band off, or if you find that your band is too tight or it's not staying where you want it to stay, then again, just take the band off. That's absolutely fine. We're going to try. So if you do have your bands, you want to put them around your feet. So if you've got the long bands, just tie it in a loop around your feet, not too tight. Doesn't matter if it's loose to start with, because once we start, you understand why you need it a little bit looser. So literally just putting the bands, hopefully you can see from there, around the feet like that. So you've got a loop around the feet. Then bring it on to the back, hands behind the head, pushing the head into the hands. We're going to do a bicycle crunch. So we bring the elbow to knee and push the other leg away with the bands, and then elbow to knee across to the other side. So we're using the legs as well to push away with the bands and switch over to the other side. Push away with the band. Remember your crunches as well, so even though you're focusing on that band, bring the head and shoulders off the floor, elbow to knee, twist and crunch in that core, and then across to the other side. Keep it going. Two more. Last one. And relax there, good. Hug those knees into the chest. Release any tension off. Now you want the band around your ankles. We're going to bring it round onto the front, into our plank position. So onto the elbows, making sure elbows are in line with the shoulders. And from here, if you're not comfortable with going on to the plank onto your toes yet, then all I want you to do is just hold the plank on your knees, just hold it still in that position. Otherwise, if you want to take it into the full plank, we're bringing it up into full plank. We're going to do 10 steps out to the side. So step out, back in, step out, back in. Okay, so you're pushing out against the band, using the glutes to bring the leg out and back in. If you're not comfortable with that and you are just holding the plank still, then keep holding that plank until we're done with our steps. So 10 in total. Off you go. If you've gone already, then that's absolutely fine. Come on, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax it there. Keep the elbows down. Push that chest away from the floor so you're stretching out through the core. Take some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And from there, bring your hands onto the mat. Push yourself up into that child's pose. Hold it there. And take those bands off from the ankles. Bring it onto the knees. Right foot forwards, tilting those hips forwards. Hold that stretch, feeling that stretch into the hip and the quad. If you can, bring the arms up to stretch through the whole body. 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms down, switch over onto the other side. Tilt the hips forward, feel that stretch in the hip and the quad. Bring the arms up if you can. Three, 2, 1. Relax them down, bring the hands onto the floor, tuck the toes under, push those heels down into the floor, gently pedal it out, pushing them heels down into the floor. Now push both heels down, slowly walk the hands in, keep the chin to the chest, slowly roll it back up to the top, bringing them shoulders back as you get to the top. Take a nice deep breath in, arms up, exhale and drop, and again. Last one. Bring the arms down to the side and just roll those shoulders back. Well done, hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to joining me for another session. Thank you for joining me.